I built Jurassic World in 1 minute and 100 minutes, and this tiny park got way more stars than it should have. Well, this one didn't, but 1 minute seems impossible for building a park, and it'll be difficult to get any of them to 5 stars. Jurassic World Evolution 3 has baby dinosaurs, which means that we can create ecosystems containing life and death, and we're going to be following the journey of 3 interesting dinosaurs along the way. Each park is going to be more difficult than the last. So, which will have the best ecosystem, and what chaos is going to happen as the game will get more difficult the farther we go. But it all started with the shortest one, the 1 minute park. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Path it all up. Dinosaurus is right here. There's Dinosaurus. Right down here. Slow is smooth as slow, and smooth as fast. Slow is smooth, and smooth as fast. Okay, now we need attractions. And it might seem like I'm just randomly doing this park, but actually, I've been practicing this more times than I can count, and that's because of the rules of this challenge, which I'll get into a little bit more later. But for now, here's all you need to know. I can practice this park as many times as I want, and I'm trying to get that perfect time under 1 minute. And so far, it's been extremely difficult. Viewing gallery, 1, 2. The restrooms, 1, 2. Shelters, 1. Guest, hotel. Path, come on. 1 minute, 1 minute, we got it, we got it. We got it. I don't know if you guys saw, but when we placed that path, the timer said 1 minute. We need to pause all of these automations since any more dinosaurs coming in would be after a minute. Okay. Now it's time to see how this ecosystem plays out. Now, I barely had time to build the park, which means that there's no food or water in this ecosystem, so these dinosaurs are going to have to get creative and fight to survive. And which ones do survive is going to be really important for later in the video. Now, what do we got going on? Ooh, got a T-Rex facing down a Therizinosaurus. T-Rex 1 and Therizinosaurus 1. He got a good bite in, and now the Therizinosaurus is on low health. Ooh, Therizinosaurus down. Ooh, Therizinosaurus versus Spinosaurus. By the way, this is a tough skin on the Spino. Ooh, one good bite in on the Therizinosaurus. Another Therizinosaurus Spino battle over there. Ooh, another Therizinosaurus down. The Spinosauruses are tearing apart the Therizinosaurus right now. I knew this would be a battle of the species. The Spinosaurus, Therizinosaurus, and T-Rexes. And whichever one dominates this ecosystem is gonna earn its spot against the best from the 10-minute and the 100-minute parks later. Ooh! T-Rex versus Therizinosaurus 2. It's defensive, so maybe that's a big hit, even for a defensive Therizinosaurus. Oh, but he gets back right as good as he gets. That's the first time I've seen a Therizinosaurus get a hit on a T-Rex, but now he's down to low health. Yes, but this T-Rex is still doing fine. And the fights weren't only going to be between the different species. There would be dominance matches between one's own species to see who would be the dominant dinosaur and go to the end of the video. The two T-Rexes are battling for dominance. T-Rex 1, T-Rex 3, and T-Rex 1. T-Rex 1 is the current alpha. Will he be able to keep it? He just lost. T-Rex 3 is now the alpha. And we finally get a fight between a T-Rex and a Spinosaurus. And the Spinosaurus is in critical condition. Spino versus oh, that didn't last very long. Spinosaurus 1 and T-Rex 3. Oh, he took him down. Oh, he's strong and defensive. This might be the T-Rex to end all T-Rexes. And as the last Therizinosaurus fell, the numbers between the Spinosaurus and the T-Rexes looked to be pretty equal. Got a lot of dinosaurs back to close to full health. There's 4 Spinos and 3 T-Rexes, but we still have T-Rex number 3, and he is an absolute monster. And now it's T-Rex 2 versus Spinosaurus 3, and I'm afraid that this is about to be a massacre. Yeah, that's instantly down. T-Rex 3 versus Spinosaurus 4. The two alphas battling it out, and T-Rex 3 gets yet another win. That's his 3rd win. Spinosaurus 6 is still in it, and he's not defensive, but he is strong. Spinosaurus 5 and T-Rex 1. Come on, Spino gang. Okay, they each took a hit. but this T-Rex is at 70. Now he's at 40, and the Spino is still at 67. Oh, Spinosaurus 5 just got a win. That's his 4th win. He has 4 wins and 1 kill. He's starting to rival T-Rex 3. Oh, Spinosaurus 6 just died. No, this was our favorite boy. It's 2 Spinos and 3 Rexes now. This is gonna be... Oh, that Spino just instantly took him out. Spinosaurus 4. T-Rex 2's is challenging T-Rex 3 for dominance. But T-Rex 3 is not having any of it. There's 2 T-Rexes and 2 Spinos. T-Rex 3 versus Spinosaurus 5. The T-Rex gets a really good hit in. Yeah, he's about to take down. Oh, he took him down. The Spino just is leaving. The T-Rexes are just beating up on these Spinos right now. Well, he's losing health from the water too now. Yeah, all the Spinos are just losing health. Oh, this Spino's cooked. Now we've got Spinosaurus 4, T-Rex 2, and T-Rex 3. Unfortunately, it looks like we're just going to get a very boring ending to this because we've got everybody just dehydrated, and it looks like Spinosaurus 4 and T-Rex 2 are going to go first. Yeah, T-Rex 2 is lying down for the final time. There he goes. Leaves us with T-Rex 3, who we're going to be naming Gaming Boy 67 after one of my YouTube commenters. So, thank you for watching. And this is where we're going to leave the 1-minute park. But this 1-minute park was going to be nothing compared to what we were going to do in the 10-minute park, and then finally the 100-minute park at the end of this video. Now, for the 10-minute park, we're allowed to do some planning, kind of like the 1-minute park. We can't practice it, but we can kind of plan it out. We've got this whole island to work with. Since it's an ecosystem, we're going to try to be making a drier highlands, a lower wetlands. So we're going to be releasing dinosaurs into each of them. We're going to try to keep it pretty true to how ecosystems work. Try to have like a 10-to-1 herbivore to carnivore ratio. But to do this one, we do need to change some of the settings. And that's because the 10-minute park needs to be on medium difficulty, and the 100-minute park is going to be on the hardest difficulty, while the 1-minute park was on easy mode. So here's a plan. We're going to outline the park. We're going to place 6 hatcheries, release the dinosaurs. We're going to satisfy the guests, and that should be good. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Step 1, we need to make a big area for this ecosystem. Step 2, we need to raise this side of the ecosystem. We're gonna use this little digital timer up here to track the challenge, but have you ever thought about how timers and clocks actually work? In real life, you've got clocks like a pendulum, a metronome, and even your car blinker. And your heartbeat is basically a clock too. Under the hood, they all boil down to 2 parts. An oscillator, something that repeats, and a counter, something that counts those repeats. If a signal ticks 30 times a second, the counter hits 30, and boom, 1 second. So, what's creating that steady tick inside of this game timer? We're already 3 minutes in, and we don't have any dinosaurs in the park. A third of the way in, and we don't have any dinosaurs is crazy. So we're gonna automate Bay. This is gonna be a nice little herbivore. Now it's a Ceratops. No. Ankylosaurus. We're gonna put 2 males and 5 females into this habitat. Triceratops, 4 females, 2 males, good for automation. Now in here, we're gonna bring in some herd dinosaurs. Iguanodon, again automation. We gotta release the Brachiosaurus. Just one of each though. Well, we're now 6 minutes in, and these guys are going crazy. So obviously, we're gonna add a carnivore to the mix, and we're bringing in the Ceratosaurus, or 3 females and 1 male. You guys might have guessed it, but we're adding in a piscivore. That's right. We are bringing in the Suchomimus. 2 females and 1 male. We just gotta make sure that they're all fed. They need tall nut, you need ground fruit. Get your ground fruit, and you have ground leaf. You will need ground fruit though. Here you go. Perfect. Ooh. Fights for dominance. This fight for dominance is just a foreshadowing of what's going to be coming up, and it's what makes these ecosystems feel alive and present. But these dinosaurs need to fight for dominance to try to be the one to come out on top of the ecosystem, and that's because we're taking the dinosaurs from the 1-minute, 10-minute, and 100-minute parks and placing them together in a championship arena at the end of the video to see who is the ultimate champion of the 3 types of parks. Okay, we need guest stuff, a large hotel, and we need lots of viewing for these dinosaurs. We're coming down to that 1-minute wire, so we gotta make sure that our guests are fully satisfied. there. That was a large food amenity. We just placed it. And we only have 10 seconds. So we need a drink amenity there, a drink amenity over there. And please put a pass right before the timer ends. And that is time.
Now that we've hit 10 minutes, this park actually feels controlled. The ecosystem's starting to settle, species are finding their roles, and nothing's completely falling apart yet. But that's exactly why this is dangerous, because as time goes on, the way that this ecosystem plays out really starts to matter, because small imbalances turn into big problems. There's going to be fights between species, fights within the same species, there's going to even be dominance battles. And whatever's working right now at 10 minutes isn't always going to survive once the clock keeps running. We're going to see that even more clearly in the 100-minute park later on, where complexity doesn't just increase, it compounds, with multiple ecosystems clashing together. So now I'm going to watch closely to see who rises to the top and who becomes dominant, because the dinosaurs that dominate here aren't just surviving their parks, they're getting brought to a finale at the end of the video.
It's time to go and see how these dinosaurs are really playing out. And we're actually going to be naming a few of them. Ooh, wait a minute. We have a Ceratosaurus hunting down a Brachiosaurus. Brachiosaurus 1, his name is going to be Gente. Ceratosaurus 1 is Mason, after another one of my YouTube commenters. Suchomimus 1, this is Eclipse Enforcer. Got Iguanodon 2, the deadliest Natter, don't know what that means. Ankylosaurus 1, Remoto 42, Triceratops 6. They want him to be named Douglas, so we got Douglas the Triceratops. We need to find their food, because their food's down at this lake, but they're sticking up here. So they gotta make their way down. Anyways, Ceratosaurus 3 is hunting right now. He's taking a bite out of that Brachiosaurus's leg, and the Brachiosaurus took no damage from that. Is he gonna stomp on him? Please stomp on him. Bro, you just failed the hunt. That was so depressing. Ooh! What are you doing? Looks like a kangaroo. He's kickboxing it. Oh. Iguanodon 9 is a beast.
And little did I know, but this wouldn't be the last time that we were going to see Iguanodon 9.
Oh no. Ceratosaurus 4 is hunting down Gente. Alright, he got the leg. What's Gente gonna do about it? Nothing. Gente took no damage from that. These guys just do not take damage. Alright, well, we continue. Alright, Iguanodon 1 and 7. I don't even know why they're fighting. Oh, who's got the low health? The Ceratosaurus. Wow, dude, these Iguanodons are just so freaking beefy. And he just pushed him over. These Ceratosaurus are getting wiped out. How's Douglas doing? Douglas is just waddling around. He's not really doing much. How about Remoto? He's having a drink. He's chilling in the lake. And Deadliest Natter is not very deadly. He is no longer the alpha. And we got Eclipse Enforcer up top. I think they're hunting their goats for food right now, because they haven't made their way down to the bottom. And Mason is one of the last of her kind, and she is hunting down Gente now. I don't think that it's gonna go well for her. I can just say that much. Yeah, okay, so she has the leg, and Gente took no damage. Well, they're gonna have to start going for Triceratops or Ankylosaurus. Ooh, Iguanodon 9 and Mason. Now, this Iguanodon has been absolutely destroying the Ceratosaurus. We're circling each other, and he didn't even get a hit in, and he already lost half his health. One more hit like that, and he got one hit in. That would put Iguanodon 9 down to 90 health, and he's at low health. And he's still going for another hit. Now Iguanodon 8 is down to 80 health, but he got the fight victory, and Mason needs to go try to find some food to heal. Ooh, our first fight between a Triceratops and a Ceratosaurus. Will Mason come out on top? I don't think so. I think this is gonna be GG's. Did he just get one hit? He was at 81% health. And then this Triceratops hit him once. And with that, our first named dinosaur fell, Mason, a Ceratosaurus, who never really had a chance. Let's all remember his loyal sacrifice for this ecosystem. What are the Suchomimus doing? Oh, wait a minute. Their territory is down to there now. That's very interesting. I love their swimming animations in this game. Such a great addition to this game. I do wish that you could connect deep water to lagoons. That would be truly a masterpiece. Dog, I hate to say it. Yeah, your hunt failed. How much health did you take off of him? Oh, no health. Okay. Now, this Ceratosaurus is hungry, so he will be looking for a snack. Question is, will he be able to get one? He is fighting Iguanodon 9, who got 1 hit on him, got 2 hits on him, and he got a hit back. And Iguanodon 9 is on a rampage. He is now sitting over his prey. Guys, I think that at this point we can all agree he deserves a name. One of my YouTube commenters said that one of the dinosaurs needs to be named Jeff. So Iguanodon 9 is now named Jeff. Well, he pretty much single-handedly took out an entire species. Who does he have to challenge to become the champion of the Iguanodons? That's my question. Now, these Suchomimus are still just sitting up top. Looks like they're not really wanting to come down, which is great news for the rest of the dinosaurs. They just like their pool. Their desert swimming pool.
And it was really good for the other dinosaurs that the Suchomimus were so content to stay up top because these guys were strong, and if they came down into the valley, there was sure to be some chaos.
No way. We have a Suchomimus coming down into the valley. Nope, he just left. As soon as I said that, he's like, nope, I don't want to do that. He saw Jeff. He knew that Jeff was trouble, so he did not want to go down and mess with Jeff. Wait a minute. Oh, he's wandering kind of far. This is the farthest I've ever seen a Suchomimus.
And this is bad news for the valley. The Suchomimus don't like the other herbivores, so if they came in contact, there was going to be a fight.
Iguanodon 3 is over there. Oh, there's another Iguanodon there. We got Eclipse and Suchomimus 1 up top, but Suchomimus 3... Oh, Iguanodon 1 and Iguanodon 3? They're just fighting for no reason at all. Well, Suchomimus 3 walks right by, back up to his location.
And thus ended the 10-minute ecosystem, with peace and harmony settling over the valley and on the ridge above. The Suchomimus returned to their pool, and all of the other dinosaurs got to share the valley in peace now that the Ceratosaurus were gone. There might still be some fights for dominance, but overall, it was going to be pretty peaceful. But the next 100-minute ecosystem was not going to be nearly as peaceful. 10 times as long, 10 times the amount of things that could go wrong.
All right, now we have the 100-minute park, and we're gonna be using a lot of this park space for this. So first thing we gotta do though is we gotta go to sandbox settings, and and these are going on hard mode.
And this is because of the rules that we have for this challenge, where since we're in the 100-minute park, we have to put it in hard mode. And there's gonna be a twist with 30 minutes left in the ecosystem.
Got this entire park. It's gonna be good. 3, 2, 1, start.
I knew that since I had 100 minutes, I had some time to work with, and the first thing that I wanted to do was build some great ecosystems. I wanted a mountain range, a desert area, a lush valley, a lake, and a river running through all of it.
We have this entire map. I want to do a mountain range kind of coming down this side, and then through the mountain range, a river leading to a basin, and the basin's gonna have a lake.
Going back to our earlier conversation, what actually makes that steady heartbeat in a clock? A lot of electronics use oscillators, like a tuning fork, but electronic. Quartz crystals vibrate at a super precise frequency, which is why a cheap watch can keep time for months without drifting. Some circuits even use simple RC oscillators, where resistors and capacitors charge and discharge electricity in a loop. Not as accurate, but cheap and fast to start. And when your phone dies, but still remembers the time, that's a real-time clock running on a tiny backup battery or capacitor ticked away in the background. But once things get more complex, how do computers turn that tiny heartbeat into the timer running this entire park?
Alright, well, we're just gonna run with this. It's been 25 minutes. That's a quarter of our time, but dang, doesn't it look good. We're gonna take this opportunity to go ahead and move introduction to our park to back here. This feels like a more appropriate spot. And then what we're gonna do is take an invisible gate. I don't think anybody's getting around that. And then all of our guests are going to be kind of out here. So we should really probably figure out what's going on out here. Let's start with the dinosaurs. Do we have a good section that we could put a bunch of hatcheries? I think over here could work pretty well. All right, how many hatcheries do we think we could fit in here? Oh, we could fit a couple. Now, first thing we need is a Hyperloop station. Now, let's go ahead. Perfect. Now, first thing we want to do.
It was finally time to release some dinosaurs. The ecosystem was ready for them. And first, we were going to start with our gentle giants. We released the Apatosaurus, Diplodocus, and Patagotitan into the hills. We then released some Gallimimus into the lake, some Ornithomimus into the lake, and some Cinsasaurus into the lake. And then we had our forest boys, the Chunkingosaurus and the Kentrosaurus. We also released our Dimetrodon into the lake, the first carnivore in the park, but he's not really that scary. And then a Locuceratops into the forest, and to finish it off, we had our first Titan.
Now, one thing that I have not mentioned yet is that we are going to be putting random nesting areas throughout the park.
And these nesting sites would be essential for this ecosystem to survive once predators are introduced into the park.
Now, before we go any further, we're 43 minutes in. We're almost halfway through. First things first, we have to design some rides. We'll put a main street. And let's get, first of all, a monorail to help the guests to get from point A to point B. And now, let's go through all terrains of the park.
But after finishing the monorail, I noticed that we had a dead dinosaur in the park, and 2 other dinosaurs were beginning to fight.
Ooh, wait, a Locuceratops and a Kentrosaurus? Thus, the environments are gonna start to clash. Man, that Kentrosaurus absolutely took a bite out of that Locuceratops. Yeah, they're done fighting. So that's the first way that we can get appeal, is through the monorail system. Ooh, we got an Ornithomimus coming over this way. Are you trying to escape over to the guests? Second order of business. We need a balloon tour. Are you starving? Why do you have low health? You're hungry. What do you need? Oh, they have no meat. Put some meat feeders around. What about you? Are you starving? You are starving. Tall leaf? Have some tall leaf, please. And this is how we take care of all of our dinosaurs, obviously. We are the most benevolent. Perfect. Okay, so now our guests should be having a lot of fun, which means we need to give them more fun. We'll have 2 different gyro station tours.
But then, I noticed that a couple of Patagotitans weren't doing too well.
Take some food, please. Oh, you need water. We'll put a little stream. They're low health.
But it was too late. I gave them too little water and not enough time.
No, you're dying. What about you? Are you drinking? Nah, they're just both cooked. So we got a lot of dinosaurs. And we gotta get as many guests as we have dinosaurs if we want this park to succeed. We're gonna need some large hotels.
Anyways, going back to the engineering. Once you've got that tiny, steady heartbeat from a crystal, computers don't just stop there. CPUs take a reference clock and feed it into a phase-locked loop, or PLL. The PLL locks onto the beat and multiplies it, like a metronome, setting the tempo while a drummer plays a much faster rhythm without drifting out of sync. That's how a simple oscillator turns into billions of ticks per second, and that's what's driving the timer that I'm using for this video. One other thing is that different computers need to sync their slightly imperfect clocks together to stay on beat. Now, imagine trying to clap and sync on a laggy Discord call. Everyone hears the beat late. Network systems deal with the same problem, so they measure delay and constantly correct their clocks until everyone agrees on the same time.
just like that. So first of all, we gotta be releasing some more dinosaurs. We're gonna put in a Stegosaurus. I think some Microceratus could be cute. We're going back to a giant with the Giganotosaurus. Now it's time to figure out what everybody needs. The Diplodocus needs some more tall fruit. So we're gonna make this a tall fruit hillside. The Apatosaurus needs some more cover. Dimetrodon, you need more arid. Stegosaurus, you haven't figured out life yet. Chunkingosaurus, you need ground fruit. Lokiceratops, you have everything that you need. Something on this island is going to change. The Kentrosaurus and the Lokiceratops are going crazy. The Acros, if they're still up here, they need some wetland. They need some cover. You can have a little bit of cover over here. I'm not happy about it. And you can have a little bit of pasture over here, but I'm not happy about it either. Well, we are going to be putting in a large nesting area for them. But now that we have less than 30 minutes left, we are unfortunately going to have very frequent storms. Alright, medium nesting area. Need like 3. We might have a lot of baby dinosaurs running around pretty soon.
But with the park done, it was now time to see what the ecosystem was up to.
This guy has 4 kills. He has 4 kills and 4 wins. Kentrosaurus 4 is insane. Well, he's getting instantly named. And we're naming him Bob. And Bob also needs a little more ground fiber. Lokiceratops 25. Holy cow. Right in front of this gyrosphere too. Oh, this has got to look so epic. Bro, the Lokiceratops is not doing anything. He's just getting bullied by the Kentrosaurus. And with the storms comes the release of another Piscivore, the Baryonyx. A family of 5 is going to be terrorizing this little poor lake right there. Who are my alphas? This Dimetrodon right here. We're going to name him Raptor after one of the guys in my YouTube community. Stegosaurus number 1 getting named Biddle. This little Microceratus right here. This cute little guy, you're getting named Streeting. And this Giganotosaurus. It's a cute little Giganotosaurus. Wait a minute, where's Bob? Well, first we gotta finish naming you. Gonna name you Xavier Flight, but where's Bob? Oh, hey Bob. You're in the middle of beating up. Oh, did you just win or did you lose? Better not have lost. Doesn't say. Let's go back to all dinosaurs. Got a Gallimimus here. Named Mysterious XRZ. This is Baryonyx 1. Sane boys. And thus, the island was formed. Many of its inhabitants fighting due to cohabitation limits, but many of its ooh, wait a minute, it's dead dinosaur. Lokiceratops died in a fight with Kentrosaurus 7. Look at all these balloons. Wait, are those balloons colliding? Oh, they just phase through each other. Good to know. Ooh, a Syntosaurus juvenile, but you don't have any food. We're gonna make you a little habitat right here. Give you some water as well. Ooh, that reminds me. I wanted to make some streams in the forest. And definitely back here. Did the Giganotosaurus, who'd you just kill? A Gallimimus? Is that your first kill? Do you think they would mate? Wait a minute. I need to put a large nesting area here for them. Baby Giganotosaurus would be so cool. And just like that, the first storm was upon us. Could the ecosystem survive? How many of the dinosaurs would fall due to being agitated by the storm and having to face other dinosaurs as well? Let's find out. We gotta see what's happening. Looks like we would probably have a lot of stuff going on.
But when I looked at who we had left that we had favorited, it seemed like a few of the named dinosaurs had already fallen. This was not looking good for the ecosystem.
An Ornithomimus at 32% health. He's got everything he needs. Kentrosaurus versus a Lokiceratops. Dude, these Kentrosaurus, man. He's got that 65 attack and 30 defense. What about this Lokiceratops? He's got 40 attack and 19 defense. That's why. Bob! Alright, Bob currently has 4 kills and 4 wins. 98 attack and 30 defense. He just carries a sledgehammer around with him. Wait a minute. What was that attack? Did you guys even see how he killed him? Bob, you gotta teach us your ways, man. And just like that, the storm was over. And peace
was able to return to the ecosystem, at least for now. Alright guys, nothing's really happening at the moment. And this Baryonyx is just big chilling under the water. Look at this guy. Ooh. Oh, we got some baby ornithomimus. Bro, they're so cute.
Ladies and gentlemen,
They're so cute.
we are pleased to welcome in.
Ooh, wait a minute. 2 Locuceratops are fighting. Oh, same boys. They're fighting for dominance, but a Giganotosaurus just hunted down a Spinosaurus, and then a Locuceratops is fighting a Kentrosaurus. He just killed him probably, right? No? It's fine? Oh my goodness, that was a crazy 30 seconds. Do it to him, Bob. Get the blue guy. That's 1 hit. He headbutted him. And that's GG's for Bob. Kill number 6, by the way. There's no way. We actually got an acro juvenile. And he's got such a cute purple belly. Look at that. Oh, we got the juvenile Tintosaurus. These guys are so cute. Alright, we are just about down to the final 10 minutes in this challenge. Let's see what happens in this park. And I think we're about to get another storm. For the final 10 minutes, bringing someone special into the park. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to say the least. Final 10 minutes. Meet Denise. Sorry to anybody in my comment section named Denise. Oh, yeah. Well, are you already hunt? That was too easy. That was too easy, and I'm starting to think I may have unleashed a monster. You're not even eating him. The storm passed, but the true monster is still here to stay. Another one? Who was that? Ornithomimus. Juvenile. You have 7% health. How did you survive that? No, don't. Oh, you just stomped on him. That's so sad. What? You're hunting again? Apatosaurus? Can you actually take down an Apatosaurus? No, the Apatosaurus is still at 100. I don't think you can take down an Apatosaurus. I want someone to fight you. Bro, there's no way. You just killed a Dimentrodon with 1 hit from a fight. Who we really need you to face off against is our Gigs over there. Oh, you're smelling someone out. A Diplodocus? There's no way. Well, you took a bite out of his leg. And he's still at 94% health. I love those giants. Alright, we're going to come back to you later, Denise. Let's go check in on Bob. Bob, you've made your way up into the barren wasteland. This might be a mistake. I don't know if you're going to have enough food. Why are you over here? There's no way you get an Apatosaurus. Yeah, hunt failed. GG's, Denise. I definitely had more people favorited. And as I looked over the ecosystem with my favorites, I noticed just how many had fallen. Oh, are these baby Kentrosaurs? Look at these guys. An acro is actually hunting down a Gallimimus. Well, yeah, I think you got him. All right, we only have 3 minutes left. Okay, so you're at a total of 5 kills and 3 fights won. You're hunting Apatosaurus number 1. No, you're not. You're literally not. Why are you... Wait, they can go in the deep water? That's so cool. Oh, they can walk around in the deep water. Wait. Oh. There's no way. Denise is fighting the Gig. Oh, and she takes a hit. The Gig's at 54. Denise is at 55. But Denise just won that fight, I think. And even though it isn't a satisfying fight conclusion, that's the way that real life is. There's unresolved conflict in this ecosystem, loose ends, and that's part of the beauty of it. The random nature of what could happen brings interesting interactions to the front. Denise is hunting down a Diplodocus. I don't think... Yeah, hunt failed. Let's finish it off on a positive note with some Gallimimus that just hatched. And even though there's perpetual chaos, this park will always be able to recover and thrive. And that's because of this, the ability for the dinosaurs to bring up their young. As we look back on the island, honestly, it's gone through a lot. This wasn't just about the ecosystem. This was about comparing 1 minute
versus 10-minute versus 100-minute parks in Jurassic World. Denise is still trying to hunt down a Patasaurus, even though she should realize that she can't. Denise is kind of impressive, but for an Indominus Rex, not really doing much. I think we know who the real hero of this ecosystem might be.
Now that we've finished the 1-minute park, 10-minute park, and 100-minute park, it's almost time to compare them to see which one is the best use of your time. But first, we have some unfinished business to take care of with the dominant dinosaurs from each ecosystem.
And it's going to start with a little bit of a design.
So every clock that we've talked about today really comes down to the same core idea. You need an oscillator, like a quartz crystal or an RC circuit, to create a steady beat. You need a counter to turn those beats into seconds and minutes, and once systems get complex, you need corrections and synchronization, real-time clocks to keep ticking in the background, and networks to keep everyone on the same time. And if you guys can guess what we're building right here, and it shouldn't be too difficult because it matches the theme of this video, put your comment down below to guess.
Alright, and this is going to be the centerpiece for our arena. We're now going to have the final arena for our 3 champions to be fighting in. Now, first dinosaur we have over here is Jeff the Iguanodon. Next we have Bob the Kentrosaurus. And there goes Bob. Last but not least, we have the T-Rex, Gaming Boy 67. It's time to see what is going to happen with them all.
But before we do that, it's time to compare the 3 parks to see which one is actually worth it.
So obviously we don't have as many stars as we did right when the 1 minute ended because we had all the dinosaurs out, and we no longer do. But we managed to get in a hotel, restrooms, shelter, all the paths, the viewing galleries, and 3 hatcheries. We actually got, I think, up to about 3 stars if I remember correctly. So that's pretty good for 1 minute. One ecosystem, obviously there's nothing for the dinosaurs inside of it, so that's not great. Now we come to the 10-minute park. Just under 3 stars. I think this might have been a little higher. We can check for when we ended up having right at 10 minutes. We'll have to see what that was at. We ended up being able to create this higher barren wasteland that trickled down into this lush valley. Bunch of viewing galleries, stuff for all the guests. Overall, compared to the 1 minute park, there's definitely a lot more going on, but in terms of income and stars, they're about the same. The main thing that we were missing from the first park was work on the ecosystem itself, and honestly, that doesn't bring in a lot more money if you have a better ecosystem. But it does mean that the dinosaurs are actually able to survive longer, as we saw this time. Now it's time for the final park, the 100-minute park. This is probably one of my most in-depth sandbox parks. The guest area isn't anything to write home about. It looks like something out of my Jurassic World, the game, from my iPad from when I was like 10, because I would just put all of the buildings next to each other so that it was easy to collect the coins. The ecosystems are really interesting to me. So we have this rolling mountain terrain for our gentle giants, Brachiosaurs and Patasaurs, but they ended up wandering down closer to this main lake. Then over here on this hillside, we have a lot of the trees, the leaf. We have this river cutting the whole way through. A few little waterfalls around here. This left side over here, we have this barren wasteland that ended up being not so barren because the Acrocanthosaurus were complaining about not having pasture. This like timber forest, it's like a light forest, the main forest. And there's not a lot of dinosaurs that actually wanted to stay in here. Yeah, we have a lot of dinosaurs. So we have 186 dinosaurs. We have 3,500 guests, and we're bringing in over $1 million per minute. That is park number 3.
So now we go back to our 3 champions to see who is going to win this final matchup.
Bro is just sleeping. Nobody wants to fight. Jeff, you're literally... Why are you going so far away? We're gonna need to start closing it in closer. What's Jeff doing over here by Bob? Not entirely sure. Jeff the Iguanodon, Game Boy 67 the T-Rex, and my personal favorite, where is he? Bob the Kentrosaurus. Now Bob has higher attack and defense than the T-Rex. Is that going to make a difference? What are you going to do? It's your move. Swear you drink like my dog. He's basically just my dog. Bob and Gaming Boy 67 are having a fight. Who's gonna make the first move? And Bob and Gaming Boy 67 backs off. Oh, is he gonna go for Jeff? Oh! Wait a minute. And Jeff just punched Bob. He knocked him. No, not Bob. Game Boy 67. He knocked him out. Are you eating him? What? Why does it look like you're eating him? You're sleeping on his body. Bro, that's so disrespectful. Bob and Jeff are just gonna live in harmony. I guess that's how this park video is gonna end. Game Boy 67's been taken out after he tried to attack Jeff for food. Bob and Jeff are living in harmony. The Kentrosaurus and the Iguanodon. Two powerhouses. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it and you think I earned it, hit that subscribe button and go watch this video. YouTube thinks you'll like it.